I haven't done a podcast in like 2-3 months. So, welcome back to Roll With It. My name's Petra, and I'm your host. And I haven't done a podcast in like 3 months because I'm a terrible podcaster. But that's what you get when you listen or watch a person with chronic illness and a disability. This is what you get. So, in today's episode, I'm just going to update you all and like tell you all the game plan, what I have planned, and kind of what direction I want to take this podcast, because I was kind of having a burnout moment because I felt like I covered everything I wanted to cover, that I can share my experience and just my experience, and there was so much I wanted to talk about, but I want to guess with those issues because I feel like me just doing research and talking about it is kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's better when it comes from a person who experiences it. So, I had a tough time figuring out what I wanted to cover. I didn't want to cover like the same old stuff and just ramble on for 10 minutes like I'm doing now. And then I had some health issues. My chronic headaches really, like, we're back full force. I don't know where I left off. So I'm just gonna tell you everything, and if I'm repeating myself, I don't know. I'll try to put timestamps down below. Can't promise you on what topics I'm talking about. I think the last time I talked to you guys was, besides the video I posted on YouTube, only for YouTube, I did not post it on other podcast platforms. And by the way, if you can hear the dryer, I can't do anything about that, so sorry. So I did not get into U of I, which is my dream school to go to. I did not get in. I was kind of having second thoughts about it. I was like, do I want to move to a big city? Like, do I really want to do that right now? And I think everything happens for a reason. And I think, like, I'm meant to go to community college first and then go to the school. So that's my plan now. But it never feels good to be rejected, and especially not have a reason why you were rejected. My academic advisor thinks that it's probably my grade point average because it took a turn for the worst during all my health issues. I can't speak. Issues. So yeah, that's my plan. That's the plan right now. Yeah. I graduate high school in 30 days. What the? Like, that's crazy. I don't want to talk about it. By the way, this sweater is, like, weird on my laptop camera. So, I don't know why it's showing up, like, orange. Because it's all pink. But, you know, I just wanted to let people know. And my hands are, too. It's just, I don't have a good camera. Anyway, so I want to talk about, like, what direction I want to take this podcast into. Because I kind of want to, like, level up a little bit. Get, like, better content for you all. Because I'm more comfortable. First I'm going to talk about my ideas. And then I'm going to talk about the scheduling because I kind of want to change it. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Okay, so the idea. I teased a little bit of it. You probably didn't even realize, but if you're not following me on Instagram, the podcast on Instagram, go ahead follow. The podcast Instagram is rollwithit.podcast. Yeah. But I posted this picture, and if you can see closely, there's like a note thing on there. So I blurred it so you really can't see it, but I kind of teased it anyway. So these are topics, ideas that I have that I would like to do. And let me know, like, what you would really want to see, because I'll do those first. But, okay. So I want to do an in-depth educational episode on adoption. Because I got inspired by Sierra Watts that she goes, her username on TikTok is birthmom, and it's a long story. I have a TikTok like kind of responding to it that I'll try to link down below. But basically, she got taken advantage of when she was 15, put her baby up for adoption, but wasn't educated, and now she can't see her baby or even talk to the parents. It's a confusing story. But yeah. I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there about adoption, and it's very glorified, and while adoption can be beautiful, it can also be traumatizing, and people don't talk about the traumatizing aspects of adoption, more specifically on the child and the birth parents or mom, or birth giver. There are circumstances where the birth mother does not care, but for majority of the time, I think it's very hard, very difficult, and there's some situations where adoption isn't necessary. There just needs to be help, if you know what I mean, like financial help. Like some birth parents want to keep their child but can't because of financial reasons, and I feel like that's not a good reason to put your baby up for adoption. And if you do that for that reason, I'm not saying that you shouldn't or saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying the government needs to do better. It's not the birth parents' fault, it's the government. Anyway, I want to do an in-depth educational episode on that, because I feel like there's a lot that people don't know. Like I said, like open versus closed. Like people think open means like you get to visit them and stuff. No, it just means it's the records are there. Like you can access the records. I think I haven't done total research. I know a little bit, but yeah. But make sure to go follow birthmom on TikTok, because she really does a good job like educating people. And yeah. The next one I wanna do, I wanna preface this next one by saying the disabled community lost a very pivotal person in the disability community. Did that make any sense? I don't think that was a sentence, but Judy Herman passed away. I forget the date, but she passed away recently. And she was one of the people that I wanted to interview, which is so sad. But, like, I found her through Crip Camp, which, if you haven't seen Crip Camp, go watch it. It's on Netflix, and it's also on YouTube for free. I'll link it down below. It's in my link tree. Anyway, she was such a pivotal, person in the movement to get the 504 sign and just everything. And she was such a badass and didn't take shit from no one. And she'll be very missed. I'll link her podcast down below that you can go watch. She has good interviews there. I didn't know her. I had a few, like, minor interactions with her through social media, but I just felt so connected to her. But I want to do an educational episode on her, a whole episode just going through what she did and who she was, and, you know, just an educational episode on her, life and her activism and what she did and what she was in charge of and stuff like that. So, I want to do that. I really want to do that. Yeah. So, the next thing that I want to do, I'm so excited for this one. I want to review Half of It by Madison Beer. So, if you don't know, Madison Beer is releasing a book called Half of It, a memoir. I forget the date. The 27th of April, I believe. I think. I should know that. I ordered it. I ordered the unsigned copy first, and then I realized the signed copy was the same price, so I canceled the unsigned copy and got the signed copy, so I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. I'll link the, pre-order link down below, but I want to review it, take some notes, read it, and then reread it and take some notes, like I did for the Selena Gomez documentary. I'm just so excited. I feel like she is someone who is very misunderstood and very hated on for stupid reasons. I don't want to get into it. I'll probably get into it in that episode maybe, but it's just so stupid. So I'm excited to read it. I love her so much. This one probably not gonna happen, but hey, I'm saying it's gonna happen, but it's probably not. I want to interview Madison so bad, like really bad. I feel like she's one that I would really like to pick her brain about things. I'm just very interested, okay? Very interested. And I just would love to interview her, especially after the book releases. Because, I don't know. I would just love to interview her. So, Madison, if you're seeing this, please, I haven't interviewed anyone. That's a lie. I did, and the technology malfunctioned. But hey, for you, I will make sure it's the best, okay? Please let me interview you. I'm embarrassing myself, so let me just shut up. But maybe, fingers crossed, tag her. No, I'm kidding. The next thing I want to do is a weekly news bonus episode. So I need your guys' opinion. Would it be something you would want to see where I just cover something that's going on in the news in general? Does it have to be disability related that maybe you don't know about? Because I get a lot of stuff that people aren't really talking about that I feel like should be talked about. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. And should I do it on YouTube? I think I'm just going to do it on YouTube and have it be YouTube exclusive. I got this idea from Crime Weekly. But, yeah. I do have a Patreon, but I feel weird profiting over news. And most of the time, news is bad. It's, tragic. So, I feel weird profiting off a tragedy, so I'm not gonna do that. The next one is my cerebral palsy experience. So, I feel like cerebral palsy has definitely been more talked about in recent years, but it's not as, popular, lack of better terms, of the disability. So, even though it's very common, it's not really talked about. So I would love to share my experience and kind of what it is, because I feel like people don't know what it is. So let me know if that's something you would like to see. I don't know about that one. That one kind of okay. And then I have guest episodes lined up, actually. I don't have dates, but I have the guests on lock that we're eventually going to do it. When? I don't know. But they're coming. I'm just very interested in people, so I would love to interview people too. It's just so nice. So, next order of business, I want to talk about the schedule, because originally when I started it, I just went on a whim and posted it on a Sunday. So I'm like, I'll do one every Sunday. Now, for this new era of Roll With It, I want to do a lot more in-depth, educational research, very, time-consuming episodes and topics. Now, if I have the schedule every Sunday, I'm probably not gonna make it, because I want it to be the best. I don't want to rush my research, or rush an interview, or rush an edit, because I want to meet a deadline. So, I'm thinking probably every other week, every other Sunday. That's what I'm thinking right now. Now, for the weekly news episode, that will be weekly, just because news is kind of easier to do versus what I want to do, which is longer podcasts with more educational stuff in it. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not putting out a strict schedule out there, because every time I don't meet the deadline, I feel bad. So we're just not gonna put a deadline, and you'll get a podcast when you get a podcast. I just operate better that way. It will definitely be on Sundays, probably, but who knows? I may surprise you. I may post 2 videos. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very grateful for all the love and support I got, and thank you so much. And thank you for being so patient with me and so understanding. And I'm so excited for this new era of Roll With It. and I hope you are too. Again, let me know what topics that you really want to see. And suggest topics in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, comment topic ideas. I also would like to do a Q&A for people to get to know me. So if you have any questions, you can comment on the YouTube video or on my Instagram, or DM me on my Instagram, which is Petra_Petty_17. And that's about it. That's all she wrote, folks. I hope you guys have a good Easter. If you celebrate. Yeah. So, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Roll With It Podcast. And please leave a review on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music /podcast. And yeah, so until next time, bye. Love you. Stay safe.